Hello. Sorry, I had to put my earphones on. Hello, it's Diana Marchand from dianamarchand.com and founder of Raw Foods Made Simple. I help women live healthy, happy lives full of passion and purpose. And welcome to this webinar today. This webinar is on too busy, too tired, too stressed to eat healthy, and the 5 things that you can start to do now that'll help you get over that. So welcome. I would encourage you to grab a tea or something because this is going to be probably about an hour. I'll try not to go too long over that time, but that is what it's going to be. And there's also going to be a replay link. If you have to leave or if you miss something or you want to go over it, you'll be able to watch it again. So thank you again for joining me. There is a little chat box. You can put your questions in there and I'll answer them at certain times during the webinar if I see any. And you can continue to ask questions and they will also be delivered to me through my inbox. So I will be able to get back to you. If you have questions too, you can email me at diana@dianamarchand.com. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to be sharing slides throughout this, so you'll see slides in front of me and then you'll get to see some of me too. But I will be doing some slides during this presentation. Okay, so let's hope that everything goes well. And here we go. Technical, who knows what could happen with this, right? Okay, so I'm just going to start sharing some slides. It's going to go back and forth quite a lot. Whoops, I'm not on the right slide. Here we go. There's the first one. So as in the picture, you'll see kind of it sums up the topic for the day. Here's a woman trying to do way too much, but that's what we tend to do is we tend to try to do a million things in a day. That's just kind of natural. You know, hundreds of years ago, we did do all of the household stuff, but also we didn't work full time, right? So you could start dinner at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You're not starting dinner when you get home from work at 5. So huge changes have gone on, yet our roles, we're still kind of expected to be the same and do the same, which is crazy, right? Crazy. Okay, now I'm just going to dive into talking a bit about myself. Here are just some pictures I threw up real quick and tell you a little bit about myself because so you can kind of see what my background is, how I got into doing what I'm doing, and yeah, where I got the knowledge from. So here we go. My first bout with how important health was started at about 21 years old, where I was diagnosed with cancer, thyroid cancer. I had half of my thyroid taken out. It was a big awakening because at that age, you're invincible. You don't think anything can happen to you. And it was just, yeah, it's one of those things where you go, I can't believe it, really. So half of my thyroid was taken out. Now I'm totally fine. I'm cancer-free. I am fine, but I still function with half a thyroid, which is good. I do not take any supplement, like anything from a doctor. I take some natural supplements sometimes when I feel really tired, start to get dark circles under my eyes, puffiness. So you may see that in some of my videos. It's when my thyroid is not functioning very well. So I really try to watch it and do the best I can naturally for it. And so far it's been okay. And I was a single mom. And even in my 20s and 30s, I was really experiencing a lot of digestive problems. I had digestive problems as well as headaches. That was things that plagued me. And kind of as the years went on, I got worse and worse. In my about 30s, my daughter was grown up a bit and I moved to Vancouver Island from Alberta, Canada. I wanted to live in a warmest place in Canada, and that was here. So I moved here. And I also wanted more of an active outdoor lifestyle because I didn't like the long winters and I didn't like having to work out and do everything indoors. So that is why I moved here, completely changed my life, came here without a job and started a new life with my daughter. So I worked in the offices for a few years and then I got into really doing my passion, which is, my passion is truly working out, like living a healthy lifestyle. So I got into be a personal trainer and a yoga instructor. And here's a picture of me right here. I did some yoga classes outside at a park here right by the ocean in Nanaimo, and that was beautiful. But I was still experiencing these headaches and I started to notice that they were caused by wine or whenever I ate out, and realized that that was the preservatives in the food and in the drinks and in packaged food and everything like that that were causing me to get flu-like symptoms, feel really sick, and get extremely bad headaches. Not good. So I started taking all those things out of my diet. And then, of course, I began to feel so much better. So that made a huge difference. And I began to sharing that with people because it was big for me. I thought other people must be feeling sick and horrible and having headaches too. It can't just be me. So that's what I began, kind of started my mission. When I was in my early to mid 40s, I began gaining weight. And my digestive problems got way worse. I also got fuzzy head, memory problems. I was just experiencing these things and I didn't know what was going on. I was eating healthy, what I thought. I was a personal trainer. I was a yoga instructor. So I'm like, what could it be? I started researching more, and that's where I came across perimenopause or menopause symptoms and realized that I was experiencing some of these. So I was on a mission to learn, study, tweak everything so that I could feel better. I didn't want to gain the weight, which was 12 to 20 pounds. They said you tend to gain at this stage in your life, perimenopause. I thought, no way, that's not going to be me. So that is when I found raw foods. I was looking for recipes. They're gluten-free, dairy-free, and low on starchy carbs. Excuse me. So right here is a picture, of me doing one of my very first raw food classes. I became a raw food chef. One of my first raw food classes at my house. Here I am right here. With friends, of course. Well, I built on that, and it grew and grew. And I did more and more workshops and classes, helping people live a healthier diet, live a healthier life, I should say. And then somebody contacted me from a raw food restaurant that was going to be opening up, and they wanted me to do me and another girl, the menu and the recipes for this restaurant and help them open. So I did that. I also, when I was high raw, here's a picture of me here and a picture of me down here, I got down to 97 pounds. And that was at an age when most women were gaining weight. So around 46, 47. Very rare. Now, you do not have to eat as clean as I do, of course, but just to let you know, it's possible. I ate clean. I got rid of the starchy carbs. I got rid of all preservatives, all packaged foods, anything like that. I ate a really highly nutritious, nutrient-dense foods, and I lost weight. So it is possible. I worked at the restaurant as the raw food chef for 2 years, but I needed to get out of the kitchen. And I was always doing my classes and workshops, but I wanted to do more. So then I brought my business online. And here's me in Mexico when I was 50 last year. I still kept the weight off. I've changed my diet, absolutely. After a year of high raw, I needed to eat more, year and a half. I began bringing eggs in and some fish and a little bit more of the starches. So I've kind of leveled off. I've found what works for me. And I can tell you that's really, really important. One of the most important things definitely is to find what works for you. So here I am back again. So that's my message. What I really help women with is find something that works for you. And it's always going to change as you go through life. You know, like I said, the high raw worked for me. It seemed to get rid of all the toxins. It really got me down to a weight, but too much, obviously. So I started eating more again. I started eating what felt right for me. And that's why I'm so passionate to help women find what works for them. Not every diet is going to work for you. What your friend does may not work for you. So that's kind of my message, is you need to find what's going to work for you, because that is what is really important. And as we age, things consistently change and shift. So you're kind of going to be tweaking all the time, but don't give up. Okay, now let's get to our webinar, okay? So what we've discussed is that there is, since most women, one of the main complaints is this: I'm too stressed, I'm too busy, and I'm too tired to eat healthy. And so that's why I did this webinar, because it was just something that I heard over and over again. I can show women what to eat, and I've done that for years. It's like, here you go, these are the right foods. but doesn't mean they're going to follow it, right? Doesn't mean you're going to follow it, because if your life is so full of stuff already, then the thought of changing, the thought of bringing in new stuff, the thought of learning new things is almost too overwhelming. It's like adding more things to your life, adding more stress to your life. And you know, that's not what you want to do when you're already feeling too busy and too stressed, is it? So we're going to talk about the reality of some of the things that should be done first, right? That you can do first. Let's put it that way. Okay, I'm going to share some more again. So why, another big important part is, why are we so stressed, busy, and tired? Well, here's the slide. It says, we tend to do too much for others, right? We do too much for others. Another one is not being happy with your job or your life. When I was in Alberta and before I moved here, I was young and I was fit and I was feeling great, but I was unhappy with my life, with my job and where I lived. So it really took a toll on my energy, my passion for life, wanting to get up and do things. When you're just feeling like blah, and that will take your energy away too. So really be note of that. Are you not happy with your life, your job, your career, some parts of your life? That is pulling on your energy. So that's also going to make you feel tired. It's going to make you feel stressed because you feel stuck. So that's another thing. Being surrounded by negativity. Now, this could mean a workplace. This could mean family situations, your friends who maybe are quite negative, and every time you see them, they bring you down. So that can really take a toll on how you feel physically too, right? And how tired you are. Not being able to do what you want and you love in life. That's what I spoke about before. And I have made big changes in my life because coming to the realization that, oh my God, I was not doing at all what I love to do. And I didn't want to continue to live like that. It felt very flat. What we're going to talk about a big time today is words, thoughts, and feelings, what you're saying to yourself and others, what you're thinking, what you're saying, and what you're feeling greatly contributes to how you look. It also contributes to your energy, your weight, and your health in general. Big, big, big things that need to be looked up. The food you're eating, of course. Not eating the right food can we know that that affects your energy already. I mean, we truly know that. And did you know too that gluten has been linked, some people who have sensitivities to gluten experience more aggression, more stress. Interesting. Perimenopause. Like I said, this is a big one where there's a lot of changes going on in your body. And this may be a time when you are just kind of unable to handle stress as much. You are more tired. It's like going through adolescence again. Your hormones are all over the place. So you experience these ups and downs, Your body's trying to balance again. And whenever we're imbalanced, we're not balanced, you know how that affects us. We do feel so stressed. We feel overwhelmed, and it gets exhausting. Adding things to your life, but not letting go of anything first. Number one, this is what happens. This is what we let happen in our life. But it leads us to feeling too stressed, too busy, and too tired. So we're going to really touch on this. Another thing that could be happening or you could be experiencing is adrenal fatigue. Adrenal fatigue is when you've been at a high stress level or even a sustained stress level for an extended period of time. It wears down your adrenal glands and you begin to crash or start to feel extremely tired. This adrenal and your thyroid really work together, so it can affect your thyroid too. And if you have issues with your thyroid, it can make you very, very tired. So there we've looked at some things that you might be going through and just, whoa, there you go. That might be some of the things that you are noticing. Those are the reasons why you could be feeling so stressed, so busy, and so tired. I know we tend to blame it on other people in our lives or other things or things that we cannot control. But really, you're in control of how you feel. You're in control of what you do every day, in the most part. So now, I'm just going to touch on a little bit of stress here because what I hear so often, and I think it's like the next plague, is stress. There's obesity, yes, but I feel that stress can cause obesity. I think that stress is something that we all need to look at more. I don't know one woman who doesn't have stress in her life to some degree. It doesn't mean we can get rid of it, but it's how we handle it, right? It's what we choose to do. That makes all the difference. So we're going to look at that. But first of all, I want you to just look and be aware of how significant stress is, how it can affect your life, how it can affect your health, okay? So I'm going to show you another slide of the effects of stress. So let me just move here. There we go. So the effects of stress, these are things that can happen. Okay, I know it's kind of small, so if you want to make your screen bigger. It blunts hormone production. It leads to adrenal fatigue, which I spoke about. Hard to lose weight. Your body will not release weight if you're super stressed. It cannot release straight. It sees it as that you're in fight or flight, that you need the energy, that you need the food that's in there. You need the fat to survive. So it won't release the fat. It decreases your immune system. This has been proven. It lowers your immune system. You get sick more often. Causes exhaustion. So I mean, adrenal fatigue will lead to just bonking. You're out. You're so exhausted. Increases inflammation in the body, and it can cause hair loss. So can hormonal changes, though. And more wrinkles. Yes, you look older. Oh, if that isn't a reason alone to decrease the stress in your life. Sorry. Now, symptoms of adrenal fatigue you see there. Tired, exhausted, hard time getting up in the morning, trouble sleeping, crave salt and sweets, feel run down and overwhelmed, frequent urination, dark circles under the eyes and puffy, fuzzy thinking, unable to focus, no drive or motivation, and digestive problems. Stress can cause digestive problems. The phases of adrenal fatigue can also lead to thyroid problems, like I mentioned before. So, thyroid problems too, exhaustion, weight gain. So all of these things, this is how crucial it is to look at your life and try to figure out, how can I decrease some of the stress in my life? How can I get rid of some of the crazy busyness in my life? Here's another slide. The problem, adding too many things into your day, into your life without letting go of some things first. Huge. If you don't let go of things, you're going to feel stressed. You're going to continue to be stressed. You're going to continue to be too busy. As women, as I said before, we tend to take on too much. We keep adding and adding and doing for others and doing for others and keep putting ourselves last. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on today. Just had a smoothie that could be a banana, which I shouldn't have, and I had. Especially as when you were a mother, like everybody's still a mother, but I mean, when your kids were young, we're just so used to putting them first because that's the way it's really got to be. They got to be first. Your family's first. So you do that. You do that for so many years. God, sorry about that. That is just normal. And so, oh my goodness, you guys, I got my slides in a way I don't want them, and I can't get out of it. I wish I knew what to do. Sorry. Holy cow. Okay. Technical difficulties. Here we go. This is not good. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. Okay, I got to take out my mouse. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Okay, let's just see if we can get through this. Slide presentation. There we go. I am so sorry about that. That was crazy. You just punch something wrong and away it goes. Oh my God. Okay, let's get back to where we were. I will be so careful now. Okay, the problem. We add so much. We're used to being the mother. We're used to taking care of everybody. We're used to doing it all. And so when your kids start to grow and they get older and they start doing things again on their own, we're not used to all of a sudden switching gears. We're used to doing what we used to do, right? It's a habit. It's a pattern. It's a behavior. We continue to do everything. But then, like I said, when you hit perimenopause, things are changing. You're not really meant to do everything anymore. You know, hundreds of years ago, women at the age of 50 really did sit back and relax a lot more. Their kids were grown. Their kids were long gone and long out of the house. But here now we are still trying to take care of our kids, clean the house, work full time, which is crazy. And so we just keep adding things and we don't let go of some things. So this doesn't work. Life is already full and busy. Think of clothes in a closet. You have all these clothes. If you keep adding new clothes and never, ever, ever empty out your closet, what is it going to look like? And also older clothes, they don't fit. They're torn, they're worn out, they're out of style. They're not your style anymore. Same as some of the things you might be doing in your life that are sucking up all of your time. There's things you need to let go of that don't fit you anymore, that aren't right for you anymore, that frustrate you, that lead you to feel resentment, that are not good for you. So I'm going to stop with the screen sharing again. So this is something to become really conscious about, is what are you still doing in your life that doesn't fit you anymore? What are you holding on to that's worn out and torn and needs to be let go of? One of the things that is so important to do, so it's like an exercise for you guys to do, is when you get off this webinar, is to really write out all the things you do in a day. And you can generalize because every day is different. But of course, if you work, you have to go to work for so many hours in a day, then what do you tend to do in the evenings? What are you doing every week? Like, what are you doing week after week after week? What are some of the things that you spend your time doing? And then divide it up into things you do for you, things that you do for other people or for others. And then take a look at that list. Take a look at the list that you do for other people and look at it and go, am I still doing stuff that I don't really need to do right now? Are there some things I'm doing for other people that maybe they need to do for themselves now? Are my kids, am I still driving them around all over the place or taking them here, there, making appointments for them? Like, can they start doing that for themselves now? And the thing about like talking to these people and saying, you know, I'm feeling really kind of a little stressed and busy now, and I would love it if you kind of would help me out and if you could do these things now. Now, there may be a little bit of resistance because they're thinking, why now? Why all of a sudden? Why can't you do it? Why do I have to do it, right? That's going to happen. Don't be scared of it. You don't want to enable people. You want to help them take on the role of being the adult, right? Of doing things for themselves, of learning how to be the adult, step up, do things, because they're going to have to in the real world do things for themselves. I'm talking about children. So what can you start to get them to do and feel more empowered? Know that it is a good thing. It's going to help them feel more empowered, more mature. It's going to help them grow as a person. It's all going to be good. Stop thinking of it as not doing your job as the mother or being too selfish, because it's not. Okay, the thing is that what can they start doing? What should they start doing? What can help you out? And approaching it in a really loving and kind way, and just standing your ground strong and knowing this is the best thing. This truly is the best thing to get them to start doing some things again. Because as we said, if you don't, you do get to this position of being too tired, too stressed. You can't even treat yourself well, eat healthy. You can't go shopping for healthy foods. You can't make healthy recipes. Therefore, you're kind of harming yourself and everybody else, right? You're walking around stressed, frustrated, resentful. So if you're doing things for them that you're resentful about, that is terrible energy to put out there. Wouldn't you prefer to do things for people that you really want to do and you love doing? Totally different energy. So I want you to think about that, is trying to let go of some of those things, not trying, doing, actually taking the acts of doing that. So what things can you let go of, delegate, get other people to do? What things are not serving you anymore? What things have you been doing out of habit, behavior, responsibility that you feel, I just don't want to do anymore? I really don't. It's sucking my energy. Those things need to start to go. They really do. This is the reality. I'm not going to give you a pill to give you more time. There's only so many hours in the day. Yet, notice what some people get done in a day and notice what other people get done in a day. It's all priorities. What you choose to spend your time doing, taking action and delegating, actually letting go of some things. Remember those clothes in the closet? Let go of things that don't work and don't fit you anymore. And then there's the time stealers. That is things that you do that take way too much time, that are just sucking your energy. These can be people too. Some people can demand a lot of your time. Maybe you have a friend who phones and talks for 2 hours and doesn't understand to let you off the phone. Or anything like that. Those things, time to let them go. Get real. Note that doing things for yourself is going to help you become a better person, feel more at ease, feel more calm, feel more energy. You're going to be a better person to other people, right? You're going to improve your relationships. You're going to improve your health. You're going to improve how you look, because you're going to feel so much better about the whole situation. That leads us to sharing this next slide that I have for you guys. The benefits of doing some of these things we're going to talk about in this webinar. So this is what could happen. I actually took all the benefits of the 5 things and then I kind of mushed them all together. This is the benefit. So you can't think of letting go of some things as a hard thing, or it's lack, or it's, I'm going to feel deprived, or I'm going to feel horrible, or I'm going to feel guilty. Using that train of thought is not going to work. So here you are looking at the benefits right now. So really look at these benefits of if you did finally take control of your life and let go of some things that weren't working anymore, and let go of some things that you don't have time for anymore, and brought in healthier habits, this is what's going to happen. You'll be happier, more positive. You'll have more energy. Excuse me. You'll be able to do more for you and things that you love, and that's going to make you feel great. That also highly improves your energy. You're going to decrease frustration and resentment, right? So you won't be giving off those energies. You will feel lighter, like a load has been lifted off of you. It will decrease the stress. You will lose weight. Remember, if you're highly stressed, you cannot lose weight. You'll be more relaxed. It improves your relationships. It truly does when you begin to take care of yourself more. Enjoy your days again. Imagine enjoying your days again. You will look forward to doing what you love, because those things will be brought into your life now because you have more space for them. You'll increase your health and well-being. You will have more confidence because you've actually now stood up for yourself and started taking control of your time. Feels really good. You will get more done. And I don't mean you're going to add a whole bunch, but you're going to get the things you want to do done because you've let go of the unnecessary things. You won't be sitting around in pity and feeling guilty, or you won't be giving up because there's just too much, and you won't be wasting time doing the things that you don't need to do anymore. You will get results with the things you do want to do. You will have improved body image. So because you're making time for what's important to you, which if you're here, it's obviously health, eating healthy, feeling good, living a healthy life. You will stop the self-sabotage, because what we're going to focus on, and you'll hear this later. Feel more calm and centered, be more focused, start your day feeling more grounded and relaxed, and stop feeling overwhelmed. Okay, so now we're going to get into the, let me get back here, the 5 things. So those were results of the benefits you can receive when you follow these 5 little steps that I'm going to talk about. Okay, so let's get into that. Okay, now back to my slides. All right, here we go. Number one, your schedule. Time. This is what I talked about. This was number 1. I just spoke about it. We're talking about looking at your schedule, getting serious, getting real with you and what you spend your time with. And if you really write things out, it's going to seem like, oh my God, I can't believe I do this much. Or it might look like, where did my time go then? Because I don't seem to do a lot in one day. But really write it out, get real, take a look at it. You can do columns, one for you, one for others. That's what I kind of suggest, because otherwise it can seem like a lot. Average out a day, average out a week. Of course, everything changes. Write down the things you need to do. That's going to work, of course. That's preparing meals. That is if you have a class once a week or yoga you like to go to. Those things you're not going to take out of your life. Those things are what you must do, right? So put them in one column. Another column, you're going to write out all the things you're like, I don't know if I really need to do these, but I sure do them a lot. That's another column. And then another column is all the things you do for other people. And then you're going to start taking a look at, what you can do with this. The things you need to do, of course, are going to stay there. But also note, are they really things you need to do? Sometimes we think we need to do certain things, but we may not really have to do those certain things. So take a look at that too. And then what do you do for you? What do you do for other people? Like look at the delegating, giving those people the chance to step up and really do things for themselves, which is a growth experience. What do you want to spend your time doing? So the next thing, of course, is if you really don't know, it's time to think about what do you want to spend your time doing? What do you really want to do? And you want to start bringing some of that back in your life, because when you ignore what you love in your life, you are going to be tired, stressed, and very unhappy. So it's time now, women, wake up, start doing things you love, start figuring out how you can fit those into your day. Remember the closet, remember the closet. Things have got to be let go of before you bring new things in. So it can be exciting, it can be fun. I mean, purge, it's very cleansing. It'll be freeing, you will feel fantastic after, okay? So when you free up more time, of course, you'll be happier. You have time to do more for you. You will decrease frustration, resentment, feel lighter. These are some of the things that I already said. Just again, what will happen if you free up more time for you and how much better you will feel. It's not about being selfish, like we said. It's about respecting yourself and respecting others, and knowing that when you take care of yourself, that when you give time for yourself, it's going to positively affect you and everybody else around you. I also want you to think about if you're someone who's really close to their family, family is huge for them, they want to do everything for their family. I want you to really think about how important your health is. Because if you want to be there for your family, taking care of your family, being with your grandchildren, whatever, you need to be healthy, right? So that's why it's got to be important. If you are feeling exhausted, tired, if you're unhealthy, if you end up with a disease or illness, how's that going to affect your family, right? And your relationships with your spouse, all of that. Look at it as taking care of me is really and seriously taking care of everybody else too. It really is, in a far better way. Okay, so let's get back to our slides here. And the next one, number 2. Oh, this is a big one, and we all know that watch your feelings, thoughts, and words. How important is this? It's everything. Clearing up time, of course, I put it as number 1 because that is really the most important thing. But as you're clearing up time, take note of what are you thinking? What are you feeling when you're doing that? What are your thoughts and what are your words when you're doing things like that? Or anything in your life. We do tend to think the same thoughts every day, say the same things to family, friends, to ourselves over and over and over again. And then we wonder why our life doesn't change. Or we wonder why, I want to do this, I want to eat healthy, I want to live a healthy life, I want to start yoga, I want to start walking, all of this, but yet we don't change how we think, feel, and the words we use. So I want you to become very conscious of this. These are very powerful. Are you feeling, are you saying or feeling, I'm really feeling exhausted, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I feel frustrated, and I feel unsupported. So note how you are feeling every day. If you are feeling those things, that's not a good way to feel. That's an indication of what your life is like right now. If you're feeling things like that, then it's an indication that something needs to change. Feelings, thoughts, words have energy. They're very powerful, and they can affect you at the cellular level. They will affect your health. They affect your emotions. They affect how you feel, how you walk around every day. Truly, truly, they will affect that. So it's time to take a look at them. Are you feeling some of these things? Are you feeling lonely, unaccepted? Are you feeling fat? Are you feeling blah? Are you feeling heavy? Are you feeling, just the frustration, the overwhelm, and power of your thoughts? I wish I wasn't so exhausted. I am always so stressed. I just can't find time to do what I want to do. I am fat. I can't lose the weight. I will never get to what I want to do. Get to do what I want to do. So if you're consistently thinking those things, it's going to create your reality. Feelings, thoughts, words create your reality. So really take a look at what are you feeling? What are you thinking? And then, of course, the power of words. How do you talk to yourself? What things do you say? Which is kind of thoughts, right? And what are some things you say to other people? Because if you're, for one thing, if you're saying those things to yourself and then you're confirming again to other people, let's say when you go for a walk with your girlfriend, you talk about how busy you are, how stressed you are, how nothing's working out, how your husband doesn't help with anything, how your kids are making a mess and you have to clean up. All of those things are, of course, creating your reality. So the power of words, very powerful. Start to turn things around. Because if you continue to think, feel, and talk like that, your life will continue to be the same and it won't change. So again, do you say, I'm too tired, I'm too stressed, it's impossible, this is hard, I'm too busy, I have no time, I'm exhausted? Any of those things up on the slide, do you find yourself saying those during the day? Is that something you say over and over again? And if it is, I truly ask you, do not say those and turn it around. Like I'm too tired, you can say, I feel full of energy and passion. I am so happy with my life. Things like that. Start by changing your words. Remember, what you focus on creates your reality. So what do you want your reality to look like? This, again, is really taking a good look at what you want during the day. How do you want to feel? We can write it down physically and emotionally. How do you want to look? How do you want to think? What would you like to be able to think during the day? What would you like to be able to do? So get really clear on all of those things and then start to work towards those by changing your feelings, your words, and your thoughts. And of course, actions, because when you begin to change your thoughts, your feelings, words, it will lead to more positive action. But if you are thinking that exercising is hard, it's drab, I don't want to, I hate it, that's not going to help. If you're thinking eating healthy food is depriving, it restricts me, it's not fun, healthy food is boring, it tastes terrible, why can't I eat great fatty foods like everybody else? Those are not the things that are going to hold you back. They're going to hold you back. So if you are saying that, really realize that that's what's going on. About making a healthy lifestyle. Are you happy, excited, great, and positive and energetic about it? Or does it make you feel deprived? Does it feel hard? Does it feel complicated? And does it feel like a life of sacrifice? Are you in restriction or are you in freedom? Which do you choose to be in? I would think you would choose freedom. Benefits of changing your watch and your feelings, words are all of this here. More positive, of course. More good things happen to you, improve your relationship, improve your energies. You get more done. And these are things I'm just repeating, but that is exactly what the benefit of it is. So it's really powerful. And then I'm just going to come out. The next one, as you can see, is surrounding yourself with positive energy. So this is step number 3. So we've gone through number 1 and number 2. Number 3. It's surrounding yourself with positive energy, which, as we said, we're talking about what comes from us, what we say, think, and feel. And then you're also going to look at what's in your environment. Because negativity in our environment will take us down. Like I said, it's negative. It's energy. It's coming on into us. We take that in. We then have negative energy. It exhausts us, makes you feel tired. It can make you feel stressed because you can feel trapped, like there's nothing you can do, like you can't control your situation. It's just not good. So you got to look at what is in your environment. This could include food. Food, like I talked about, because food affects our health. But the people that you spend time with, the people that are in your life, your work environment, are these things, any of them negative, that are making you kind of feel blah, that are really affecting you? Are you noticing this is affecting you? It's time to take a clear, good look at what you can do about these things, if there are. Because you can't change other people. There's no sense trying to force others to change. When you start a healthier lifestyle, starting eating, doing healthier things, you're going to get probably some resistance from people. They don't want to change. You are changing for you. They don't want to change. It's not their time. They didn't choose it. So it's not right that you force that onto them. Yes, you can do it, but leave them do what they choose to do. Stay strong in yourself, though. Don't let them bring you down. Stay strong in yourself. Know that what you're doing is the best for you, and don't let their negativity get to you. You may have to start to let go of some of those friends. You may have to put distance between you and coworkers, or distance between you and the negative energy. Don't let it in. Don't let it in. It's by staying really strong and positive with yourself and knowing that you're doing the right thing for you. So you're really looking at, I'm just going to share that slide again. Really managing the energy and the environment that you're around of, okay? People who tend to sabotage you. Now, of course, if you do, it's going to improve your moods. It's going to make you more confident. It's going to help you have time for you, what you want to do, because you're finally going to be taking a stand and saying, no, I choose to do what makes me feel good. I choose to do what I want to do. It's going to make me a better person and a happier person, a healthier person, and a person who has more energy. Definitely will. So start to look at these things. Okay, so that is the negative energy that could be around you. That's step number 3, is really looking at what's around you and start surrounding yourself with positive energy, positive people, positive images. Start reading, books that really interest you in positive mindset and spirituality. Start bringing those things into your life. Which brings me to number 4, one of my favorite topics, which is ritual, morning and evening ritual. And this word may not be right for some people because they think, is this some religious thing? No, it's not. I will explain more about this in a second. Let me just get out of screen share. So what I mean by a ritual. And in the program, the group program I just ended with some wonderful women who did fantastic and got great results. We brought in a lot more mindset work in my last program, a lot more things on the time that we talked about. We really worked with that. We also worked with bringing in little rituals in their day. And I can tell you it makes huge difference in what I'm going through today. Those points, I help women go through and sort through in their life, really in my program, and really work on it. It helps to have guidance and support while you're doing these things. But ritual, what I mean, I don't mean a religious ritual. It can be if you are. Not saying it can't be. It just means starting to do little things that become habits, right? So first thing in the morning, all you need to start is about 5 minutes. If you can take 5 minutes, if you can wake up 5 minutes earlier in the morning to do something that is going to feed and nourish you. Now, what I mean by that, it's not food. Well, it is too, but I want you to get up early and I want you to just sit somewhere and ground yourself. Stress, we start worrying, thinking right away, first thing in the morning, not good. Keeps us all up here, stops the connection with our body, stops us feeling what's right for us, standing in our power. When we get more grounded, so we're bringing like the energy down and settling it in your lower belly. Think about that, your lower belly, or if you know where your root chakra is, and just start grounding into that area and sitting and knowing that everything in this moment is perfect and everything is fine. Just starting your day with just breathing into that. If the thoughts of your day or what you got to do start popping up, say, no, I don't have to think about you for 5 more minutes. You can set a timer if you want to start. 5 minutes, give yourself 5 minutes at least to just relax and breathe and just sit in that moment. And you can choose to say mantras. You can choose to say positive statements, affirmations. If that helps you keep more focused and away from the crazy mind, that's how I started, for sure, as I started saying mantras and affirmations. Have those written down even and just read them over and over and over again. That'll help you stay in the moment, in the positive thoughts. You can choose to read. There's great books like The Secret or The Power, where you can just read a few pages at a time that give you the really good positive thoughts to start your day. But just by breathing and centering yourself into your body, you're going to feel more grounded and you're going to be more calm. You're going to notice that you start to feel very calm and centered. So I think of it as like when I exhale, I just think of sinking into the sofa or chair that you're sitting into, and just being present and just feeling your body. Huge difference this is going to make in your day. Starting your day calm and centered, starting your day clear, focused, isn't that going to make a big difference? Starting your day just not feeling the stress and craziness that you usually start your day feeling. So these rituals in the morning, huge difference. Now, of course, you can start with 5-10 minutes, and I say that you will probably grow that, because once you notice how wonderful it feels, you're going to want to be in that state for longer. Maybe you'll get up even more earlier the next day, or maybe you'll get rid of some of the silly things you did in the morning you don't need to do anymore. Really bring time for that morning ritual, whatever it is to you. Reading a book, listening to positive affirmation, listening to something on YouTube that's really positive, a meditation CD or something, listening to guided meditation, anything that's really works for you to stay grounded, positive, and feeling good, calm and centered in the day. So highly suggest that. Then at night, bring in your little PM ritual. When you before you go to bed, you can even do it in bed. It's just, again, sitting there and breathing and centering yourself. I like to think about all the things I'm grateful for, all the wonderful things I'm grateful for before I go to bed. You can choose to write it out, or just say them over and over again. Inside, you can say them out loud, or you can say them just to you, sitting there, breathing, calming. No craziness. If you find your head is going too much, take a pen and paper and write out all the things that you're thinking. Get that out. Do a brain dump. Once that's out, sit and center yourself, and know that you don't have to do anything tomorrow morning. Therefore, you don't have anything to think about right now, except just being calm, centered, and giving gratitude, feeling grateful. And that's all you have to do right now before you go to bed. You will sleep better. You will feel so much more relaxed. When you sink down and get a connection with your body, especially before you go to sleep, you will have a better sleep. That way you will wake up in the morning, feel more refreshed. You will feel like you've actually had a good sleep. You'll be ready for your day. And then you start your day with another ritual. That is just great. I can't tell you how much of a difference that will make. And it's something you do every day. And when you do something every day, it becomes a habit, a pattern. But it also affects your brain. So I know now when I get up in the morning, I'm excited. I seriously am to get up in the morning, because I get to go spend the best part of my day sitting in the morning doing my morning ritual. I love it. I do these, you can do angel cards, or I do these other cards now with really positive messages for me. And I look forward to that so much that I actually enjoy getting up in the morning, right? That can happen for you. It really can give you something joyful to wake up to. That's what I asked. Okay, so that is that. And yeah, when the people in my program, when the women started doing that, I cannot tell you, it just made such a big difference. So it was just crazy. We're working on mindset a lot of the program too. So all of that is really helps. And at this stage of life, I think it is time for us to really look within and look at our lives and kind of say, how do we want to live now? How do I want to live now? If you're feeling stressed, busy, overwhelmed, tired, exhausted, it could be so many variables. It could be that, like we talked about too, it's a time in your life, it's a wake-up call. It's saying something needs to shift, something needs to change. What are you going to do about it? Because if you don't, your body's going to get more unhappy. Your body's going to get more unhappy. You're not going to start to feel better magically. It's going to take just a bit of work, but you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do it alone. That's why I'm so passionate about helping women with this. And I do have a program that's going to be starting soon, a 10-week program that will really guide women through this, like I did my last one. And you get all the food, you get all the recipes, you get all the meal plans, because that helps to take the stress out of it. You're not having to hunt for recipes or figure out how to do all of that while we work on all the other aspects of your life. And that program is starting soon. Actually, I'll just show you the page for that. Oh, that's my other page. This is what I'll be doing. It's called Happy, Healthy, and Hot at 50, my 10-week program. Oops, I'm not even sharing the screen. Okay, let's just take a second. I'll just show you for those who are interested. I just got my new website up. It's getting done. Thank goodness. So here it is, Happy, Healthy, and Hot at 50, 10-week program. Sizzle with energy, burn the belly fat, and ignite your passion for life. Because I really feel these are things that women are kind of wanting. This is what you want to feel, right? You want to feel good and alive again. If you're only 50 or close to it, man, you got a lot of years left. Let's make them good years. So I just talk about what we're going to, about some of the things you may be experiencing, and some of the things that you probably want to feel, stop the weight gain and shrink the belly fat. This is what most people, they've stopped the weight gain. And I tell you, if you don't change what you eat and how you feel in your mindset, you probably aren't going to be able to change that weight gain or the feeling of tired and stressed. We're going to show you what foods to eat for energy and to rev up your metabolism and get glowing skin, eliminate the bloating, the water retention, decrease inflammation, and boost your immune system. Absolutely, all of those things. And I'm just skimming through this real fast. Anyways, that is $597 for 10 weeks. And the bonus is right now you are going to get 3 full 1-hour coaching sessions with me. Crazy. This is going to be down in a few weeks and down in 2 weeks. It's truly what I want to do, because I am very, very passionate about getting to the root of what's holding you back. What is holding you back? What can we do to shift this and change? You're going to do it, of course, but sometimes we need guidance. On my page, I also have some testimonials from a couple people who just took my course, and then a lot of other testimonials. 3 sections. We look at the food, the time, your time, big as you saw, and mindset. And then I show you the modules and what we go through. Okay, that's a quick look at that, guys. Thanks for that. So if you're interested, take a look at that page. I will put the page in here right now. I get back to it, and I'll just slip it in the chat box, and then you can, because it's a long title, and it's hard to get to. There we go. Okay, I hope that worked out. Yep, there it is. There's the link, and I'll send it to you anyways too. Okay, so enough of that. But anyways, I'm so excited to do that new program. This is going to be so much fun. So so we talked about the number one thing. I'm going to go back to my slides. The number one thing, which was your schedule. The number 2 thing, which was really, let me just get to all of these. Schedule. Number 2 is watch your thoughts, words, and feelings. Really crucially important. Number 3, watch who you surround yourself with. Watch your energy. Get rid of the negative. Bring in the positive. Did I go to ritual before food? No, number 4, ritual. Oh, I see. I put prepping food is number 5. Not number 4. Forgot to change that. Okay, anyways, here's some benefits to when you develop a ritual for yourself. We've kind of covered them. You're going to sleep better. I pretty much covered these already when I talked about it. So the number 5, which this should be 5. That really bothers me. It doesn't say 5. Let me change that. 5. There we go. The number 5 thing is prepping your food. Now, I guess it's kind of like food. So it's going to be prepping your food. Why this is so helpful in decreasing the stress and stuff is because you will have some things ready to go in your fridge. If you don't, you will tend to grab the junky food, the food that's going to deplete your energy, the food that's going to make you feel horrible and blah, the food that's going to cause weight gain. So if you're not ready with healthy food, then you're going to grab the wrong stuff. So it's also about learning what foods can I eat that are low calorie, nutrient dense, really high in nutrition, really good for my body, are lower in calories. What foods should I get rid of? The foods that are dragging my energy down, causing the weight gain, causing the blood sugar imbalance, wreaking havoc with my fuzziness of brain and all that. So that is kind of undigestive, right? Digestive problems. In perimenopause, digestive problems seem to escalate. If you've ever had any, they kind of get worse. So it really is a time to look at what foods are right for me and what foods are not right for me. That'll make, I can't even tell you what a huge difference that'll make in your life. Big time. Before I go on more about this, is there anybody who has any, if you have any questions, and this is time delayed, I'm talking, you're going to hear this a few minutes later. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat box and I will take a look at them. Okay. And like I mentioned, with any questions, If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at diana@dianamarchand.com, because I will answer your questions. I'm also going to put that link in there. Did it go? dianamarchand.com. Yes, I haven't. My new web page is getting done. At that link, dianamarchand.com, you can sign up for a free discovery. It's going to be more like a coaching session for you. Discovery kind of coaching session with me, and then I can really go into more like what might be holding you back, what is preventing you from getting success from, let's say, how you're eating or how you're living your life. So I am doing these sessions now, so they're 1 hour, and all you have to do is fill out the little thing on that dianamarchand.com. There'll be a place to put in your name and email, and let's talk, let's chat. I'm happy to do it. Thanks, I love it. Okay, so back to our presentation. Here we go. What can you do? Well, now prepping food, this is really what I go big into my programs, because it's very important, but it doesn't have to be really difficult. I find one of the simplest things to do is eat simple. Eat simple. Eat simple things. Use simple ingredients. That is what I do. That's what I teach too. But have a prep day. There's one prep day. It doesn't have to be all day. It could be maybe 2 hours out of your weekend or whenever you have a day off. And then one evening where you're going to stock up, where you're going to make a couple things. So it's really only prepping twice a week. And this, the people in my programs, the women have said what a huge difference this makes. They thought it would take longer. They thought it would be more work. It wasn't. It's actually not as bad. And once you start to do it, you realize the importance and what a huge difference it makes every day. Because you have things in your fridge to grab that are easy and simple, how to stock your pantry so certain foods are there that you can also grab and add to the fresh foods and make meals fast, simple, and easy. That's my motto: fast, simple, and easy, healthy eating. And that's what I also show you. But have a prep day. You know, when I used to prep food, when I still do, I would watch a movie. Love it. I'd put on a chick flick and I'd be in heaven. Have a friend over. You both do it at the same time. Have fun, chat, talk. Listen to music or an MP3 with some positives, like teleclass on it or something. Watch YouTube videos. There's a million of them with positive affirmations, there's books on YouTube, Think and Grow Rich, The Science of Getting Rich. Any of those positive thinking books you can listen to on YouTube. The Secret, you can watch The Secret. Huge. It works so well if you prep. When you're doing things like that, it makes it interesting. That makes the time go fast, and you will be so thankful during the week that you've done that. Okay, so the benefits, of course, if you are prepped and ready, it'll decrease the stress, because you're going to be feeling like, oh my God, I have things. I'm so happy that I'm all ready. I don't have to rush around trying to grab things to eat or make. And because you eat healthier, you increase your energy, your immune system, metabolism, you improve your moods, and you lose the weight, right? Because you're eating better. You're eating at home. You're not grabbing junky, fatty foods. And I know our time is almost up here, ladies. So if you can wait just a few more minutes, I'm going to wrap up, okay? Otherwise, you can watch this on the replay. Next slide. Where's your focus? Very important. What is really important to you? Find your why. Find your why. What results do you want? What results do you want in your life? This is how do you want to feel? How do you want to think? What do you want to do with your life? How do you want your life to look like? Listen, if you're kind of in middle age, when are you going to start living your life, right? It's time to start now. Don't wait till you're sick. Don't wait till you retire. What does a successful person focus on? The person who you really admire, pick someone and just think, what would they focus on? What would they do today? How would they be thinking right now? Have you shut down or shut off? Now, this is the danger. This is what leads you to feeling that overwhelmed, that too stressed, I'm too busy, because you shut off. You shut off yourself. You've stopped focusing on what's right for you, what's important for you. You've let other people take control of your life and your time. Do you feel resistant? Huge. Self-sabotage. Are you resisting making the changes you know you need to do? If you resist, you will feel that tension. It sucks your energy away and makes you feel terrible because you're feeling guilty. You know you need to be doing something different, but you're not. So all this builds up inside you, and that causes more stress on the body. Also causes weight gain, inability to lose weight. Here's a couple quotes. It's not important initially to know how you're going to create a result. What's important is to decide you will find a way no matter what. And then another one, release old ideas and embrace necessary change so you can live your best life. I love that. Embrace the change. It's good. Embrace it. You deserve so much more. So make a decision, find your why, make better choices, take small, consistent steps, take responsibility, stop the story, be an example, say yes to life and health. Learn what you want to do, what you want your life to look like. Really focus on that. Take action and get excited about life. Really get excited about life again. It's when we feel stuck, we feel out of control, we feel unhappy. Then that just leads you down on a downward spiral. Emotional eating, a huge cause of emotional eating is feeling out of control in your life. Feeling out of control about something. There's something you feel you have no control over or no choice. That leads to emotional eating. Just something to think about. Okay, any questions from anybody? Looks good. I hope I can see them. So please, if you're still on and you have any questions, ask away. Like I said, if I don't get to answer them on this, they will be in my inbox and I can answer them from email. And if you are really ready to make a change in your life, to feel better, to get your life back, to have guidance, support, somebody to show you the way, a plan, and to really take action, to really be ready to take action, then I'd love for you to contact me at dianamarchand.com. And if you wish to look at what my next program is going to be like, I gave you the link in the chat box and I will send it to you too. So feel free to look at that. Have any questions, contact me. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for taking this 1 hour out of your day, especially if you're a busy person. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope to hear you. And my Facebook page, Raw Foods Made Simple, you might know that already. Follow me on there because I post lots of recipes. And my blog is still rawfoodsmadesimple.com, but I am, like I said, my new website is going to be dianamarchand.com, coming soon. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye, everyone. Have a fantastic day.